In 2020, during the COVID pandemic, Medicaid switched from yearly eligibility checks to continuous enrollment. Charles, a 42-year-old man with hypertension requiring medication who lived far from the city in the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains, stopped getting any letters in the mail about his Medicaid enrollment. And he could refill his hypertension medications every few months without worry. However, one day in early February of 2024, Charles went to his pharmacist to refill his hypertension meds, only to find out he lost Medicaid. Medicaid continuous enrollment had just ended, and now his meds cost $60, money he just didn't have. So he went without. Without his blood pressure meds, his blood pressure skyrocketed. A few weeks later, his mother called 911. The right side of his face was drooping. He was slurring his words, and he couldn't stand up. A trip to the ER and the CT machine confirmed the cause. Hemorrhagic stroke in the basal ganglia, likely due to malignant hypertension. When the Medicaid continuous enrollment period ended, over 400,000 Virginians were kicked off the program. Beneficiaries were supposed to receive a call and several letters in the mail informing them that their Medicaid eligibility was going to expire and to renew coverage. Charles swears he never got any. He still hasn't fully recovered from the stroke, as of when I saw him. He slurs his words, he walks with a limp, and he can't work. He needs disability, but federal cuts have lengthened the wait for an appointment to 6 months. Even wait times to call the Social Security office in Culpeper are 2 hours long. He just doesn't have the money, energy, or capability for this. He's depressed, stuck without support, staring down the barrel at a life that will be worse through the failures of a system that should have supported him. My provider and I thought it was our job to figure out how to get Charles care, so we spent 2 hours on hold with Social Security to try and move things along, and we called our congressman to lubricate the wheels. We put in ICD codes for diagnoses of things we can't treat. Z59.6, Z59.7, Z60.8. How would you treat the failures of a system you can't control or influence? Is there a procedure you can do on someone like Charles that'll solve his upcoming foreclosure? Wellbutrin may take the edge off his emotions, but will it pay his electric bill? Charles taught me that an important part of my clinical practice will be the willingness to dive into addressing the policy that affects our patients' health. Without the willingness to advocate, we will see more patients like Charles who face the consequences of choices they did not make. Thank you.